The novel begins with the narrator aboard the yacht Nellie, moored on the Thames River near London, where he listens to Marlow recount his adventures. Marlow, captivated by the blank spaces on maps of Africa, takes a job as a steamboat captain for a Belgian company involved in the ivory trade in the Congo. His motivation is partially driven by childhood dreams of exploration and the mysterious figure of Kurtz, an exceptional agent who has established himself deeply in the interior. Marlow's journey to Africa exposes him to the inefficiencies and brutality of the company's operations. Upon arriving at the central station, he finds his steamship damaged and spends months repairing it. During this time, Marlow becomes increasingly intrigued by Kurtz, hearing accounts of his charisma and unorthodox methods. The deeper Marlow travels into the Congo, the more he witnesses the exploitation and degradation of the African natives, which are justified under the pretenses of civilization and progress. After a treacherous trip up the river, Marlow finally reaches Kurtz's station, which is surrounded by a sense of mystery and darkness. He finds that Kurtz has fallen ill and has been living amongst the natives, who revere him as a godlike figure. Kurtz's outpost is marked by a chilling display of severed heads, showcasing his descent into barbarism. Marlow is both horrified and fascinated by Kurtz, who has embraced the primal instincts of humanity stripped of societal norms. Marlow spends time with Kurtz and realizes the man's great intelligence and ambitions have been corrupted by his absolute power and isolation. Kurtz entrusts Marlow with his papers, including a report for the International Society for the Suppression of Savage Customs, with a postscript that chillingly reads, "Exterminate all the brutes." Kurtz's health worsens, and during the return journey down the river, he succumbs to illness, uttering his final words, the horror, which reflect his realization of his own corruption and the atrocities he has committed. Marlow returns to Europe deeply changed and disillusioned by the experiences he endured in Africa. He struggles with illness and the moral complexities of what he has learned about civilization, savagery, and humanity. The novel concludes with Marlow visiting Kurtz's fiancée, who remains ignorant of the darkness and corruption of Kurtz's actions. Marlow chooses to protect her from the truth, telling her that Kurtz's last words were her name, thus preserving her idealized image of him and reflecting on the pervasive darkness within all humans. Life lessons from Heart of Darkness, the duality of human nature. Conrad's narrative delves deep into the complexity of human nature, illustrating how civilization and barbarism are not as distinct as they seem. The book suggests that within every person lies the capacity for both good and evil, and circumstances can bring out the darker aspects of human nature. The illusions of morality and civilization. The story portrays civilization not as a marker of moral superiority, but as a facade that can easily crumble under the right conditions. This challenges the reader to reflect on the true meaning of morality and the superficiality of societal norms. The corruption of power. Kurtz's transformation in the Congo serves as a stark reminder of how power, especially when unchecked, can corrupt absolutely. This teaches the importance of self-awareness and the need for checks and balances in any position of authority. The impact of isolation. Kurtz's descent into madness is accelerated by his isolation in the jungle, highlighting how physical and psychological isolation can have profound effects on one's mental health and moral compass. The importance of empathy and understanding. Marlow's journey is not just a geographical exploration, but also a journey into understanding and empathizing with others' experiences and conditions. The story advocates for the importance of empathy as a counter to prejudice and hate,